keep this unwritten code of friendship, each animal requires Kevin's utmost dedication. A dedication he perfected by the time Meg and Amy were 6 months. By then, Kevin's relationship with them was better than any relationship he had ever mastered.
Oh boy. Okay. Nicely. Nicely.
When they were born, they stole his heart. At 6 months, they now reciprocate that love tenfold. And maybe a little too exuberantly. Meg and Amy taught Kevin invaluable lessons, which he later put to good use, even with the hyenas. Kevin's predator enrichment program includes several unique approaches. This one shows off his sense of humor.
So here at the Lion Park, we get our hyenas to write tests on a weekly basis. And whoever gets the highest mark, they get to go for an adventure out the enclosure in a car. And this week's winner is old Trelly. What you doing? What you doing? There's a boy. Get him, buddy. Hello, my buddy. Hiya, my buddy. So we're gonna go and tease some lions, my boy. Come, let's go. Come. Come on. Come, Trill. Trilly, is it? Come, Trilly. Trilly, buddy. Yeah.
On a serious note, Kevin had found by pure coincidence that Trelly loved riding in his vehicle. A bonus that would enable him to move him to a filming location without putting him under any undue stress or using tranquilizers.
Now what normally happens is we swap drivers, otherwise old Trelly gets a little bit out of hand inside and chews my interior. Space for me, buddy. Space for me. Come on. Don't you chew my seats.
To get out of the hyena enclosure and into the larger park, Kevin has to take Trelly through the lion enclosure. This causes an uproar.
Well, Trelly's got a history with those lions. One day he decided he was going to be very brave and decided to run through into that group of 6 lions. And he came off second best.
Trelly's mischievous nature sometimes lands him in deep trouble. Out of the predator's enclosure, the rest of the park contains no dangerous large predators, just wildebeests, ostrich, and Gambit, of course. Always wanting to be part of the action. Giraffe meets hyena without casualties?
How's it, guys?
Only in Kevin's presence.
Would make a good meal, eh? Yeah, we'll make a nice meal. Trelly, I think you're a bit scared of the giraffe, eh? You want to fight the lions, but you're scared of the giraffe. I think you're a little bit mixed up in this head, eh? You're a little bit mixed up in this head.
These adventures pay off when one day the brief for a hyena that is comfortable in a car arrives. Trelly was perfect. Finally, Trelly's day of fame. Not only does he get to play, but he gets constantly rewarded with juicy treats. What more could a captive hyena want?
I don't know, I'll get scratches under the chin.
Okay. Oh, you're very hairy. Much hairier than the hyena.
So, in the modern world, he is a respected star. But back in camp, within his clan, it's another story. He's the lowest ranking male, the underdog. In fact, he was extremely lucky to be allowed to mate with Gina, the second in command, almost like a peasant mixing with royalty.
A hyena clan is a dynamic thing. It's forever changing, and you're always going to get individuals challenging the matriarch. And in this case, this is what happens when you challenge Una.
This old female had the nerve to go up against the matriarch, but such a challenge almost cost her her life. For this reason, Gina, now pregnant, gets moved out of the clan.
As a precaution, I decided to take Gina out the clan and separate her. Because the reason being is she's the second in command, and I have a sneaking suspicion that Una would kill her cubs.
Yeah, for you. And now you're going to go and do the rest.
Kevin returns to Pelogale, confidently expecting a friendly response. At first, she is the same as ever. But when she returns towards the den, Kevin notices that her behavior is different.
Not happy with something. See that? This is when you've got to learn to read the signs of animals.
Today, she's not prepared to share her cubs with Kevin. He wonders why. This is not her usual behavior. Perhaps something could be wrong. She pulls one away from her teat. Then she rolls away from the other three while they're still suckling. She seems irritated with her own cubs, as well as with Kevin, and eventually she forcefully pushes Kevin away.
I came halfway in, and all she did was put her head on my stomach and nudge me out.
That's warning enough to say, cheers, I've had enough of you. Go.
And just as well, Kevin needs to deal with a potential catastrophe. Trelly has managed to sneak out of his clan's enclosure again. He runs wild in the no-man's land that separates the different predator camps. But this puts him just a fence away from the lions that have savaged him before. Trelly is treading a thin line. The lions see him, and it drives them mad. Kevin thinks quickly. Without hesitation, he picks him up like a dog. It doesn't even cross his mind that he is manhandling an animal with the most powerful jaws in the animal kingdom.
So before he gets beaten up too badly, no, you can't come out the window. I'm going to take him to another bunch of hyenas where hopefully he will have a little bit of a better life.
So Trelly joins the ranks of the exiled underdogs, the lowest ranking males. The lowest of the low. What a letdown for a film star.
So over here we got the three biggest geek hyenas ever to step foot into the spotted hyena society. And what's actually happened is we've had to separate these individuals one at a time. And Trelly's now the third, the third of the beastie bunch to arrive here. And it's the funniest thing. These guys were all picked on when they were in the clan. And now they think they are the biggest deals alive. It's unbelievable. It's almost as though every once in a while they need an ear pulled and they need to be bitten just to put them in place, because that's their lot in life. These guys are low-ranking males and they actually need to be bullied a bit. Hey, Henry, you need to be bullied a bit, otherwise you're going to bite my car.
Kevin's favorite hyena is now neighbor to Kevin's adored girls, Meg and Amy. By the time they were a year old, they outgrew their baby cage. But they haven't outgrown their fervent love for Kevin.
Yes. What else? What else would you like to say? Huh? What else? You're so good. You're so good. Are you going to be gentle when I go in there? I'm nervous to go in with you guys because you're boisterous this morning. Huh? You're boisterous.
Meg and Amy are extremely special lionesses. They do not unsheathe their claws, and they don't try to bite. Rare traits that Kevin has found in only one lioness in 40. This makes them perfect candidates for commercials and film shoots. The games they play with Kevin are the same as always. However, the difference now is that they weigh over 85 kilograms and still insist on their usual piggyback.
One at a time. Okay, come here, Mickey. Come here for your piggyback.
To them, it's their normal show of affection. Hugs and kisses and licks with a tongue so rough it could sand down a wooden door.
I can't get you up. I can't get you up.
I've dealt with a lot of lions, a lot of lionesses in my years, and I haven't come across two females more gentle and loving than Meg and Amy.
Meg and Amy are rare in their constant adoration for Kevin, but not all animals are as consistent. Since Gina has had her cubs, her attitude toward Kevin has changed dramatically.
And there's more.
Hey, boy, Gina. 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 Hey, sweetie. Hey, girl.
So far, so good.
Gina's warning growls indicate that Kevin should not approach any closer.
You just don't know how these guys are going to behave. And especially a mom around cubs.
Gina, the wonderful hyena that allowed Kevin to play with her in the past, is now so protective of her new litter that she won't allow him closer than 6 meters.
That over there is her saying don't come any closer. She's happy with us at about 6 meters, and I think that's as good as we're going to get today.
There is a reason for her hostility. Like lionesses, hyena mothers are renowned for their aggressive protectiveness of their cubs.
I think what we're going to have to do with Gina is let her come out and greet me. And if that happens, then we can kind of go back together to the den. But at the moment, it's not going to happen. So we're going to leave old Gina in peace and come back tomorrow.
Come on, Kenny.
Every day at the park brings new wonders into Kevin's life.
I've just had some really exciting news this morning. One of my expectant spotted hyena mothers has given birth apparently to a little cub, and just come down here to see the clan, and I can see they're all very excited and a little bit up in arms. So let's see how they are. I'm going to try and go in and see how the new mother is, and yeah, just see how it goes.
Bonnie is part of a small clan, a different one to Gina's. They come up to greet Kevin as if they have exciting news to tell him.
You can see everyone's very...
Ooh, tails up. What's going on?
Bonnie gave birth in the safety of a concrete pipe. Kevin approaches cautiously, thinking that she might react like Gina, but instead, she allows him to get in close.
You got a cute little cub there. Hey? That's wonderful.
This shows that there are no rules in animal behavior, and no two animals of the same species will react the same way whether they are hand-reared, habituated, or wild. On the contrary, Bonnie is totally relaxed with Kevin, and she doesn't even bother to hide her cub. Kevin leaves Bonnie and her newborn and goes to check on Pelogale, although he's a little apprehensive this time.
Hey, Pelog.
And when he gets closer, she tenses up.
Where are your cubs? I see one, I see two, I see three. Where's the fourth? Where's your fourth? Okay, let me go and check. Let me go and check.
It's 10 days after the birth of her cubs. Kevin sees only 3 cubs, and Pelojale seems very agitated as he enters the den. He immediately finds out why. Tragedy has struck in the nursery. Pelojale, the perfect mother, has maimed and killed the runt of the litter. Her wild instinct has prevailed. In lion society, there is no place for the weak.
I gotta say, there's many advantages to my job, but I think this is one of the things I don't really like about my job. I suppose you've got to take the good with the bad.
Pelojale watches as Kevin walks away with the tiny body, her cub.
It's been the whole weekend. I haven't been in with Ma and her cubs. I'm just going to go and see. I hear some screaming. And I heard that on the weekend the one wasn't drinking very well. So we're going to go and see what's going on. Hello, Ma. Oh.
We've got 2 very skinny cubs over here. This little girl has got a big laceration on her neck, which I'm going to have to go and see to.
In the wild, this would mean the death sentence for the cubs. But as these are captive animals, Kevin needs to decide whether he should intervene and remove them from Pelojale's care. He consults with other experts, and the decision is made to save the cubs from certain death. But this means removing them from their mother. Clearly, Pelojale is not happy. In her eyes, the man she trusted so much commits an unforgivable crime.
This is not something I wanted to do, but it's something we've had to do. We've left it to her, and unfortunately if we leave this bunch of cubs, we're not going to have some cubs in a couple of days' time.
With the experience he gained by raising Meg and Amy, he now knows exactly what to do with these cubs.
Back at the nursery.
He puts them on the bottle immediately.
Normally getting cubs of this age up to the nursery, it would take a couple of days before they started feeding. But these guys started feeding immediately, and this is proof that Pelojale's milk had dried up.
Pelojale takes the abduction of her cubs very badly. The man she trusted has betrayed her, and she lets him know. The trust that Kevin had nurtured and developed between man and lion has been broken. Perhaps forever. Kevin must go on. He has 3 babies on the brink of death to nurse back to health, using all the experience he gained from raising Meg and Amy.
You're a nice little boy, hey? Come on, boy. And then what Mom would do, which I certainly am not going to do, is she would eat the feces. Here we go. Here we go. Come, boy. Oh. Good stuff, little boy. Good stuff.
It's definitely going to be a future film star.
These cubs mark a new chapter in Kevin's adventures. They become part of his favorite companions. Gambit, as usual, is close by.
Gambit wants to say something to you. Gambit, come here. Telephone for you. Yeah.
Gina is back to her loving self, but she keeps her cubs hidden from Kevin.
Some of the most powerful jaws in the animal kingdom. 700 pounds per square inch.
Trilly, her boyfriend, is extremely happy to see Kevin. Hopefully this will mean a ride in the car. Then he's off to see the two loves of his life, Tao and Napoleon. They've become fathers once more. Their family has increased by 3. After his encounter with Pelohale's wrath, Kevin is relieved that he can leave these 3 cubs under the perfect care of his pride. Perhaps his easy acceptance by the cubs' mother stems from his close relationship with their father. In this pride, he is considered as equal to Tao and Napoleon. He's allowed free range of their enclosure, including the inside of the den where the cubs go to sleep. Even their older brother takes a keen interest in the youngsters. And with this, Tao and Napoleon's legacy of good-natured lions lives on. By the time the 2 old males retire, Kevin will have brought up their youngsters to take over their filming careers. This intimate situation shows the epitome of Kevin's work, his extraordinary abilities to communicate and interact with these powerful predators. Pelohale has been reintroduced into her pride. Without cubs, she'll soon come into estrus. She cautiously goes up to Kevin. Perhaps she is beginning to forgive him. His last stop is Meg and Amy's cage.
Come, girlies.
He finds it empty.
Girls. Where are you guys? Helga?
Kevin and his assistant Helga rush off to find his favorite girls. He must get them back. They are unique females. He might never find lionesses like them again.
Come here, girlies.
During the crisis of saving Pelohale's cubs, Meg and Amy were accidentally chosen to be taken away for breeding purposes. Finally returned to their enclosure, Meg and Amy show their gratitude. An unusual request comes in for a shot of a swimming lioness. But how does one get a feline scared of water to swim in a dam? Kevin knows that only Meg would be the perfect swimmer, proving once more that through the unique relationship that he has with these animals, he can get them to do almost anything. This must surely be the ultimate show of trust between human and feline. Meg, a typical lion who does not like water, voluntarily goes into the dam and swims just to reach Kevin, who's holding a tasty bribe, of course. Kevin, a man who would not swim in a pool with his dog because his back would be clawed painfully, allows a 150-kilogram lioness to jump on his back and use him as a raft. Meg is having so much fun in the dam that she doesn't even notice the bystanders. Game over, and the two sit quietly together, enjoying the moment as if this is just part of life's little joys, happy to be in each other's company. Kevin's relationship with these exceptional lions and hyenas proves that a man with very special insight can gain the trust, affection, and even the admiration of some of the most dangerous predators of Africa. Kevin was born with a special talent, an intuition that allows him to enter into the extraordinary world of animals, making these exceptional characters Kevin's companions.
My journey with these majestic animals, both the lions and the hyena, has led me down some absolutely amazing pathways. And if this is what it's been like up until now, I can only imagine or try and imagine what the future holds.